Well, I remember when I interviewed Michael Jai White.
That's a good one too. I like that. Real intelligent dude. Real intelligent.
Yeah, it's actually a friend of mine these days.
Yeah. Cool.
One of my favorite people, actually.
Shout out to him too.
Yeah. And we went into this whole part of our interview where we talked about the N-word, right? And that's a word that he doesn't really use himself. And he starts getting into this whole thing of like, he's like, I don't think that black people realize when they're using these types of words towards each other, you know, the N-word is one of them, but then there is dog, bitch, baby. All these words that are referring to people of your own kind that are less than human or less than an adult. It subconsciously starts to make you think that these people are less than human and you yourself are less than human. And it creates an underlying type of effect.
I mean, really, when it comes down to it, man, like you said, there's no other races that call themselves such a derogatory term.
Yeah.
And not only that, I mean, think about dog, bitch, you know, fool, all these things that our psyche hears these words. They know where they came from. You can't tell me that you don't register it.
Not necessarily. I mean, you could see it that way. That's a good way to see it. But on another note, I think it's kind of like we took the word, which was meant to be a derogatory word, and we learned to spit it back in your face. It's like you know what I mean?
But did you really?
I think.
But what are the side effects of it? You know, I see what you're saying with that.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, if a white person uses it towards you, it will make most black people become enraged. No word is supposed to cause another adult to lose their composure, but yet that word will usually do it, which puts people at a disadvantage. You see what I'm saying? If I know I can do something to you that'll get you out of character, I'm now controlling you, right?
That's too much.
Whereas you can't say too many things to me that'll really get me to that same level. You see what I'm saying? So now I have an advantage over you because of that, which is messed up.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not happy about that.
No.
I don't, you know, that's not something I relish in. I think it's bad, but.
I think we come into a place to where now, like, that word is kind of like it's used so much and it's used in, I think it's to a point where, cause like you got white boys calling each other nigga. You got Hispanics calling each other nigga. Like, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, we took the shock value off it. It's more like, it's not so much as a, you know, back in the day, it was like, you know, nigga, like, that was like, but like now, I think with hip hop culture, we took that word and kind of like neutralized it. It's like, you know what I mean? We neutralized it.
I mean, you have kids, right? What do you feel when your kids say that word?
They're not saying it yet, though. They're not saying it yet.
How old are they? How old's the
My oldest is 12. He probably saying it like at school or something, but I haven't heard him say it as of
So
yet.
if you hear your 12-year-old son using that word casually,
I wouldn't be shocked.
would you try to correct him or would you just let him rock with it?
No, I let him rock with it because I know that's the culture. Like, that's the culture with our, I use the word, so I can't say, you know what I mean? I can't tell him not to use it. I might tell him, what's up, little nigga? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't tell him not to do something that I do. Like,
Yeah.
So it's like, and then I know it's the culture. It's the culture. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most 70% of black people use the word nigga. 70% of the world use the word nigga. Like I told
70%
you.
of the world now.
Like,
not the world.
Well, I ain't
70%
gonna say
of
not
the world
word.
doesn't speak English, first of all. So.
All right. 70% of America is like hip hop culture, like is what I mean. Anything like any race is like, I hear every race using nigga. I hear Asians, I'm around Asians, you hear Asians call each other nigga. And it's certain
Yeah, no,
Asians.
I've interviewed, was it Stupid Young, the rapper.
Exactly, yeah.
And we talked about how he uses the N-word and no one seems to mind. I mean, he lives in Long Beach. He's part of a Crip, you know, gang, and people are okay with it. China Mac used to use it, but then he talked about how as he got older, he realized the error in his ways and he doesn't use it anymore.
I don't even want anything to do with the word. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say the word. I don't think the word should be said. You know what I mean? But if we're gonna point fingers, let's point fingers at the right people. You know what I'm saying? Let's point fingers at the right people.
I mean, I don't use it at all. You've never heard me say it. I don't think any white people should say it, period. I actually don't like people in general saying it, to be honest. I honestly wish that word would just disappear off the face of the earth. Honestly.
I mean, the older I get, I
think it'd be a better I think the world would be a better place if that word simply just ceased to exist.
Yeah. But you know what they said? I mean, what I always heard, sticks and stones. You know what I mean? Sticks and stones.
How many people do you know right now in prison that are there because of something someone said to them?
70%. 70%.
Sticks and stones, huh?
But I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, people need to not let words hurt them so bad, though. Like, you know what I mean? Words shouldn't be able to hurt you so much. It's like, you have celebrity roasts. Like, it's like a lot of people, like, it's me, like, doing what I do. Like, I don't maliciously attack people. Like, you know what I mean? I poke fun at fun subjects. Like, you know what I mean? When a serious topic come up, I'm gonna have my jokes or like, you know, I have a comedic opinion to offer on things that are popular in the media. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, a lot of people would get mad, but it's like, you're already in the public eye, so what do you, like, I don't understand, like, to me, people do things to get attention and you do things to get people to talk about what you, like, you know what I mean? It's like Chris Brown. You didn't go get that tat on your face and take a picture of it and post it on the internet if you didn't think no one's gonna talk about it. You didn't think nobody was gonna have no jokes on you. You didn't think you were gonna be a meme next week. Like, you have to know this. So it's like,
oh yeah, I think he was like, well, I've been kind of quiet lately. Let me build up my energy.
Exactly.
But I remember this really affected me. Like, I was watching LeBron's show, The Shop, on HBO, and Pharrell was one of the guests on the show. And he was saying, like, from his generation, which is my generation, like, I'm 46. How old are you?
I'm 37.
37. Okay, so we're kind of, I would say you're in a similar generation as me, right? We come from a era of privacy and even secrecy. When you were growing up, if someone had a video camera around and they picked it up and just started filming, like, yo, what are you doing? Like, yo, put that shit down. Like, yo, like, are you the feds? You know, like, yo, what you about to use that for? You get nervous. You don't want that out there. But this generation is all about, you know, openness and, you know, like, if it's not on video, it didn't happen.
Exactly.
If you try to tell a story and there's not a video to accompany that story, that did not happen.
You know why? Clout chasing the epidemic.
Yeah.
That's exactly why.
And, you know, even though I am part of the media and I am part of, you know, I surround myself, you know, in this generation, like I function within this generation, I never adapted to that type of thing. You've never seen my house. You've never seen my family. You've never seen my cars. Like, you don't see very many private moments with me at all. You don't even see my face most of the time.
Keep it on
like
business.
I like the privacy. I like the secrecy. I like it. But someone won't, you know, an 18-year-old kid won't understand why I'm doing all this.
You know what I think it is? Honestly, I think just everybody want to be remembered. Everybody want to be famous. Everybody want to be known for something. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like you got people that can't even have normal sex anymore without pulling out the camera. Like, they even, like, seriously, like, you got
Really?
people. Yes, like, you got people that's addicted to just recording sex. Like, it's people like, oh man, I don't even want to get into that.
I just assume that if I ever record anything sexually, that it will come out. Whether it goes to the iCloud and someone hacks into it and put it out, I just assume that will happen, which is why I've never recorded myself. Anything sexually at all.
I think some people just want to be watched. Some people want to be watched.
Hey man, more power to them.